Now, the Chiefs, they could finish 1, 2, or 3 in the AFC, and they take on the Broncos. JJ, who do we got in this one?
I got Kansas City in this one. We know the Broncos, no Teddy Bridgewater, but the Kansas City Chiefs, I know they lost to them Cats last week, and Baldy's high on them Cats, and I picked them Cats. But the Kansas City Chiefs playing really good football. They starting to click on that offensive side of the football, making explosive plays, looking like that old Chiefs offense. I got the Kansas City Chiefs in this division matchup.
JJ, I've got the Chiefs winning 27-17. Wow. I know the Broncos are out of it. They have a very highly rated defense, but this is a team that the Chiefs have. Defensively, look, they probably blitzed too much in Joe Burrow last week, but this is a good defense, and they'll measure up well against the Broncos.
All right, Baldy. Well, speaking of the Bengals, they could actually finish 1, 2, 3, or 4. I feel like we should revisit that quarterback question from a little while ago, and we'll throw Burrow into the mix. We'll do that on a different show here. But this is a Bengals team that matches up against the Browns. So, Baldy, you tell me, man, like when we look at this particular matchup, excuse me, JJ, you kick this off for me. What specifically do you think is going to decide this one?
Oh, I think it's going to be JoJo Burrow. JoJo Burrow is going to be the best player on the football field, so he's going to be the guy back there making the plays. He's the reason why the Cincinnati Bengals is in this position, period. To be even having a chance to be in the playoffs and a shot at the #1 seed. So it's all about JoJo Burrow. This team is going to go as far as well as JoJo Burrow plays, man. So, I'm looking forward to see him get at it. And this is a big one, too, because this is the division game. Cleveland's not going to lay down. They're going to come at him and try to beat him up and try to let them boys know we'll see you guys next year and send y'all into the playoffs with a loss. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these Cincinnati Bengals is going to respond this week.
Now, I don't know how much we're going to see Joe Burrow this week, JJ. They've got the division locked up. I think they're going to sit some players. And when you do that, you're basically saying that we're just getting ready for the postseason. So I like the Browns. I think that team, look, they got just pummeled by the Steelers. But they've got guys that have been Pro Bowlers. Nick Chubb, they got pride. Myles Garrett, wants to, set a personal record for sack. I think they still got a lot to play for, and I think they will. I like the Browns in this game, 23-20.
Ooh, I did not necessarily see that come in here, but we'll see how it all plays out. And, of course, the Titans, they have the #1 seed. JJ, they keep it with the win against the Texans?
Yeah, they definitely keep it. This is an old school beatdown that the Texans is about to get, in my humble opinion. I got the Texans big in this one, as you guys can see my score down there. But I got the Texans big in this one right here. Just too much. The Titans. I got the Titans in this one. Sorry, not the Texans. I got the Titans in this one, as you can see my score. Titans big. Just too much Titans, man. Texans, packing it up, getting ready for Cabo. Last game of the season, people ain't going to be wanting to get hurt. I got the Titans rolling in to the playoffs, #1 seed.
I like Tennessee in this game, JJ, 31-13. I saw a video this week of Derrick Henry running the rock. I don't know if he's going to play this week, but this team crushed the Dolphins on both sides of the ball last week. This team looks ready for the postseason and worthy of that #1 seed.
Can you imagine? The job that this organization has been able to do without Derrick Henry, and then all of a sudden you insert potentially him back into this fold. It is going to be a nasty, nasty performance if he is able to suit it up, and I think we all kind of want to see that. Does Shanahan and company, they get this win?
I think they do. They won that Week 10 matchup 31-10, and when you watch that game physically, they won the trenches, the battle in the trenches. And they did some things schematically, like when George Kittle goes in motion here, Troy Reader is in man coverage on him, so he goes with them. Well, when he leaves to go cover Kittle and Kittle blocks the defensive end, they're man short in the middle. And Elijah Mitchell, man, he's just going to feed right behind big Trent Williams right there for a nice game. They ran the ball 44 times. Now, when you watch this, and you've got to account when Debo is in the backfield, because he's a heck of a running back. We have seen that now 2 years in a row. But when you watch the 49ers take the Rams on, watch what they do to them. They're moving the line of scrimmage. They're winning their one-on-one battles right here across the board. That's why we keep showing it to you here. And then they put these guys down on their backs. They put 4 Rams down on the ground. There's a lot of running backs that are going to gain yards if they're playing football on their knees or on their backs like that. They had that ability to do it, to run it 44 times. They know what the formula is. The Rams know that they got to stop that. So I like the 49ers in this game. It's not going to be easy, and not because they've won 5 in a row. I just think they match up really well with the Rams.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be easy, Baldy. I mean, these are two really good football teams, know each other extremely well, being in the same division. But it's just something about beating up on people the last 5 times every time you play them. And that gets in the other team's head, too. And you hear some of these players coming out saying, man, they not going to just bully us and do all that type stuff and all that. But the Niners have ran the football straight down the Rams' throats for the last 5 times they played them. And they have out-physicaled them on the offensive side on the defensive side of the ball as well when they're on offense. So they're going to have to match this intensity, match the physicality of the 49ers. You know Kyle Shanahan is dialing up runs for Debo, for his running backs, for Kittle. He's dialing up all this to come downhill at the Rams defense. They better respond. They better answer. It's going to be a long, long day for them.
Yeah. JJ, to your point on hearing 5 consecutive wins, not for nothing, I'm sure they're tired of hearing 5 consecutive losses from a Rams perspective. We'll find out if they can get it done. But here's what our guys actually think is going to happen. Both of them got the Saints and the Niners, which means, yeah, it'll be San Francisco if it plays out that way. That'll have that final NFC playoff spot. Got some other game picks for you and some of those other matchups, and not a whole lot of disagreement, which means maybe we see some awkward moments on the football field. But both JJ and Baldy, clean sweep across the board.
I appreciate it. Yes, I'm taking Dangerous and the Seahawks in this one right here to upset Baldy's Cardinals, who he wants to go riding high in the playoffs. I just think Dangerous is going on spoiler alert. I love the way they played last week. I know it's a Lions team, but a Lions team that's been playing well. But Russell Wilson played lights out, DK lights out, Tyler Lockett lights out. I just think this division game, I think Russell's going to go out here and make a statement and win this ball game. And I got it 30-28 Dangerous.
All right, you stay with Dangerous. I like the other side because I think Kyler could do the same thing. I saw him against the Cowboys do it in Dallas. He had a nice homecoming, as some of us predicted last week. But I like Arizona in this game, 27-24. I think they get their 12th win. What Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray are doing together is remarkable. They took over the worst team in football, and they have a very good chance of winning their 12th game this year. More power to the Cardinals, to the organization, and how they're building that right now, because they're fun to watch, and I think they continue their winning ways this week, JJ.
How fun is to see Kyler on the football field zigzagging, making extending plays, doing all that. First, by the way, playoff appearance for that squad since 2015. Meanwhile, drama in a matchup. Win, get it done. Chargers, Raiders, JJ. Which way we leaning?
You know, I was on the show earlier and I said Derek Carr will make the play to win the ball game, or not. We want the ball in Derek Carr's hands. I'm taking the Chargers in this one. The only reason why I'm taking the Chargers is because the last 3 weeks I have picked against Raider Nation, and they have won. So I'm picking against Raider Nation again, hoping I'm wrong on this upset alert. I got the Chargers in this one, 24-23 on the road.
JJ, that's so twisted. I'm trying to understand the mentality. Like, you just told us Derek Carr is the man. Like, you played with him. You know what he's all about. And I'm with you, JJ. I believe you. And, like, this is a game he has to win. But beyond that, the team is playing good football. They've won 3 really close games in a row. And they had to win all of them just to get to here, where it's winning and you're in. And so I think they're used to this. I don't think they're out of oxygen. I think this is how they're ready to play. I like the Raiders in a close game here, 24-20. Sound that upset alert. I don't know that Allegiant Stadium, Las Vegas, has ever felt the energy that's going to be in that building this week. Now, the energy and crowds don't win games for. I understand that. But it's going to be a fun place to be. That place is going to be rocking. I love that stadium. Raider Nation, 4th win in a row into the playoffs.
Baldy, you're with me here. JJ either upset 2 fan bases or is hedging his bet with both of them. Like, he loved up one squad early and then picks against them a little bit later in the show. So maybe it's just when you're tuning in at this point.
I did that?
Yeah. That's an OG vet move from JJ. All right, Steelers, Ravens. I almost feel bad here. Lamar Jackson, Ian Rappaport told us at the top of the show, not going to be playing. Insert Tyler Huntley. Is that enough for you to pick an upset or sway you one way or another, JJ?
It is. Go ahead and sound the alarm for me. I'm taking Tyler Huntley and this Baltimore team. And the reason why I'm doing that, Baldy, I know it's Big Ben's, possibly Big Ben's last game. I'm a Big Ben fan. Big Ben going into the Hall of Fame, gold jacket, all that. But did we see that offensive performance against the Cleveland Browns? I just do not think they're clicking on the offensive side of the ball. I think too much Baltimore. I like Baltimore and Tyler Huntley winning this game.
Sound the upset alert. I'm taking the Steelers here, okay? I'm going to be there. I think it's going to be like 22 degrees at kickoff, JJ. We're going to bundle up. We're going to get through this game. But, I mean, TJ Watt looks like Freddy Krueger to me. I think Baker's got, like, nightmares right now after what he just did. He's going for the sack record, right? I mean, he wants that record bad. You know, why wouldn't you want it? And Ben's not going to go out. Like, these Ravens-Steeler matchups, I mean, they've been legendary in this league. They've helped build this league. And so Ben knows what it's like to go play the Ravens. He knows he's getting hit, JJ, going in there. But I like the Steelers. And they'll be scoreboard watching to see if those Colts can, like, beat the Jags and see if they can maybe sneak into the playoffs here.
Good Freddy Krueger reference. I am not a fan of scary movies, but I know where your head's at with this one. Turning, by the way, to the Patriots, they are a team facing no fewer than 6 different playoff scenarios. Kind of wild here. They could end up with the 1 seed, the 2 seed, the 3, the 5, or the 6. Oh, by the way, and the 7 seed. This game against the Dolphins, massively important.